Hi everyone, I'm Lori Benier, and I'm going to talk today about why I support the Moral Monday movement in North Carolina. Before I start, I thought I'd give you just a little bit of information about me. I'm a 40-year-old mom of two with a full-time job as a professor of environmental economics at Duke University. I volunteer at my kids' schools and at our synagogue. I don't have a lot of spare time, and I don't usually choose to spend it on political protests. I know that elections have consequences, and I'm usually content to express my political opinions at the ballot box and with my private donations. But this is different. It's different because the North Carolina legislature is attacking two critical aspects of our democracy: access to the ballot booth and access to a high-quality public school education. Voting rights provide equal access to the political process, while public education has served for generations as a path of equal access to economic opportunity. Both are foundations of the American way of life, and both are under assault at the North Carolina legislature. The North Carolina legislature is actively trying to limit opportunities to vote. They're restricting early voting sites, eliminating same-day registration, and eliminating Sunday voting. All of this despite the fact that voter fraud is extraordinarily rare and that tens of thousands of North Carolina voters used both early voting and same-day registration in previous elections. How can anyone honestly argue in favor of restricting access to voting, particularly in the South? While thousands of North Carolinians are serving in Iraq and Afghanistan to protect our democracy, back home in Raleigh, the legislature is actually trying to make voting, that critical linchpin of our democracy, less convenient and harder to do. That's just wrong. The North Carolina legislature is also attacking equal access to economic opportunity by significantly defunding public schools. They are eliminating money for early childhood education for poor children. Yet we know early childhood education for poor children is critical for their success in school. Years of research support this, and yet the legislature is making the cuts anyway. They are reducing money for teacher salaries, reducing the number of teacher assistant positions, and eliminating class size limits for younger elementary grades. Want to send your kindergartner to a class with 35 other students? That very well might be the future in North Carolina. At the same time, they are stripping funding from our public schools. They are proposing giving vouchers for private schools using money that would have gone to public schools. Now, let me be clear. I'm not against private schools. I'm not even really against school choice. But you can't strip public schools of resources, strip them to the bone, and then say, gee, look how bad those schools are. We better take even more money away so that kids can go to these well-funded private schools. All kids, regardless of family circumstances, deserve equal access to high-quality public school education. Denying students, particularly poor and black students, quality preschool, quality teachers, teacher assistants, and forcing them into large classes is simply wrong. Now, I don't expect everyone to agree with my political views, and I'm generally pretty open to debate on controversial issues, but these aren't close calls. We need to say no to restricting voting rights and no to reductions in public school funding. That's why I went to the protest last Monday and why I will continue to attend. If you want to protect equal access to our political and economic systems, I urge you to come join us on Monday, June 10th, or any Monday thereafter. Thank you for listening.